Welcome back to the Pearl Report. Amid the disparate challenges of starting a fashion brand in Hong Kong, some new designers are reaching out of the box to use fashion to spread a mental wellness message and to save the environment.
Yes.
Kelvin Wan, 24, and Joyce Wong, 21, began designing clothes together a few years ago while they were students at the Hong Kong Design Institute. This is Joyce's one-room apartment that doubles as the workspace.
I love working with Kelvin actually, because we work really fast, only using few minutes, because we think the same.
She describes their style as
minimal. We're adding some Chinese elements on it. We got some inspiration from the Forbidden City.
Joyce says they have a common design vision too.
Everybody should protect the world, right?
EcoFashion.
Somebody weighs it and I use the weights. That's perfect.
Earlier this year, Kelvin won the student prize in a competition called the Eco Design Award run by Christina Dean's NGO Redress.
He's actually essentially launched his own brand. We've given him expert advice so that we can support him through his launch.
Redress will promote them in its exhibitions in Asia and provide educational material on environmental sustainability.
Redress is striving to reduce waste in the fashion industry. It is estimated that approximately 20 million tons of textiles are wasted every year in mainland China.
And over 200 tons per day of textile waste are tipped into Hong Kong's landfills. To make their designs, Kelvin and Joyce order recycled eco-fabrics from Sham Shui Po and bales of leftover cloth from mainland factories before they are thrown away.
We basically just do zero waste. I mean, when we're doing a pattern, we just don't waste any fabrics in the pattern. We have a pure passion on it.
For our daughter, our son, yes, we need to develop a more better environmental for them.
Kelvin and Joyce launched their label Wan and Wong's first collection a few months ago. They now sell online, targeting mostly European buyers.
Hong Kong is not really ready for sustainable fashions.
Hong Kong people is not really respect to eco, or they think eco is really vintage or old thing. It's not what they want.
Fashion, it affects people, it's emotional, it's cultural, it's expressive. Emerging fashion designers need to think about how they source, how they recycle. What we can do with sustainable fashion is if people are buying it, they are taking the first step into a more sustainable lifestyle.
We're just taking pictures on the walls which have a lot of texture and colors, so we can take inspiration on that.
Redress paid the $6,000 in fees for Kelvin and Joyce to get a booth at Hong Kong's Fashion Week in January next year.
I think all of the waste can be used to develop lots of other beautiful things.
Hong Kong's Fashion Week is a showcase for local and international fashion designers.
The few days in the exhibition, or if they want, they can have the catwalk show. It's a good platform for them to really show their products to the customer.
Shirley says nearly 40,000 buyers from around the world attended this year's event. There are also seminars and much networking.
There might not be enough good opportunity for the young designers, but in a way that if you look at all over the world, there are not too many of those big names around.
Local young designer Enoch Ho is shunning Fashion Week. He fears he might not sell enough to cover his entry fee. A graduate of Parsons Design School in New York, Enoch lived in London for nearly a year to try to find a job before returning home. He spent his life savings on his first high-end women's wear collection, Berea.
It's that deep inner desire to create something that I think is beautiful.
Enoch is now looking via email for buyers and investors. Only a small order has come in from a local store.
Within the next month or so, when I receive wholesale orders from shops, that means like my product is successful. This area is called Sham Shui Po. It has lots of fabric and garment accessories. I come here once every week to find the fabric that I need or the buttons.
Sham Shui Po's fabric streets have dozens of shops that sell silk to denim to upholstery, zippers and buttons, beads, buckles and leather.
The prices are better than if you go to retail. So if you're actually doing business and if you're watching your profit margin, good for local designers.
I love looking at the top of buildings and how it intersects with the sky. I like to use that as my inspiration. I use a process called draping to create all of my garments. Like a little mannequin right here, I set out the lines and I put fabric on top of it and I create the pattern myself in the studio.
Then he gets a seamstress to make the clothes.
It's a process that's fairly unique. I learned it from school when I was in New York, which isn't used in Hong Kong so very often. But that's how I kind of get my clean cuts so that women would appear slimmer. My dad's an architect, my mom was a teacher.
Enoch's parents gave him this 1,000 square foot space in Foshan to convert into a studio, a big help for his startup.
I'm very fortunate because our last generation worked really hard so that this generation we could chase our dreams.
Now Enoch wants to do his bit to help others.
When I get somewhere with my company, with my label, then I wanted to somehow help the people that I have compassion for.
This is backpack with a diagonal square.
He and fashion label owner Selena Yam are planning to make and sell handbags and other accessories to help former slavery victims in Cambodia.
I find the NGOs that train girls who are rehabbing from human trafficking or from the trauma situation, for them to reintegrate into new life.
We're definitely interested in that.
我想問大家一個問題，你相唔相信有命中注定呢一樣？
Selena Yam is producing a play to provide another platform for her fashion collection and her personal story.
The name of our play is Shh, Love is Sleeping. It will be a fun and humorous version of my own story. So people will know more about mental health, depression, insomnia.
The play will run for 3 days in late November at the Fringe Club.
The message in the show is pretty much the same as our clothing, about love and mental health.
In 2008, Selena began waging a 3-year battle with depression and insomnia.
I had to make a very big decision, that is, to marry or not to marry. And I was thinking about it so much, I couldn't sleep well at night. And that finally led me to a depression.
She says she took medicine, exercised, read self-help books to no avail. Then, she says, she had a spiritual experience that miraculously cured her.
It's all about something inside. It's about my childhood. I believe in a lot of wrong values. And that's why I'm so anxious, and there's of insecurity inside.
Selena is now married to Jeff, an architect, whom she met after deciding to break off an engagement to another man. Jeff supported her idea of a fashion brand.
It's the most wonderful thing to work with my wife. Some men will think that it's a nightmare to be seeing your wife like 24 hours a day. For me, I think we had a perfect partnership.
Selena says that dark time inspired her to start a fashion brand that raises awareness about work and relationship stress and mental illnesses such as depression.
I didn't know that it was a depression at that time. I thought it would not be me. I want to die every day. I have mercy on the people that is going through that. I was healed. I just want to share there is a hope.
Selena says she emblazons on her clothes and accessory lines positive messages to reduce stress or encourage healthy relationships or mental wholeness.
We need positive words to feed our soul. So we want some positive energy to be injected to the city.
Like this shirt from her winter collection.
We have the message of break it. So this is to break something that we have believed it, but it is wrong. It is a lie that you have to earn your love. He loves you just the way you are.
This shirt talks about love.
A lot of customers love this one. If I do not have love, I am nothing. I always want people to start a quality conversation.
To foster deeper relationships.
Why people are mentally sick? Because they believed in a lot of wrong thoughts, wrong values.
At her stores, Selena regularly displays books that point to a better direction.
This is a workbook to tell you how you can sleep like a baby. So you write your fear here and stamp the pages as hard as you can so that you can release your fear. Sleeping is really essential to our mental health.
The Mental Health Association says 1 in 10 people in Hong Kong are depressed or even suicidal. Selena plans to partner with the association to produce a special T-shirt that educates the public about depression and insomnia.
Designers are agents of change. They actually help society to move forward. They catch the feeling of the time and help to project a future.
Joyce Chan is one of 5 designers working with Selena. She's been with the company for 3 years.
Before, when I designed, I never thought it could affect others. But designing here, through a simple graphic print, the life of someone I didn't know was affected.
Joyce says a shirt with the words "The old has gone, the new has come" had deeply touched one customer.
She was broken-hearted at the time. When she saw the shirt, she broke into tears. It gave her the strength and encouragement to continue forward.
I wish the people who buy our clothes will be inspired by the words, change them, change their life. Because I always think I was lost, but now I'm found.
Well, thank you for watching our show. It will be re-aired on Tuesday and Saturday, as well as on tvb.com. Until next time, from the Pearl Report team, good night, good luck, and good health.